Tushana. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for coming. In today's video, you already know it's been a while. I started off my channel doing story times, and I'm going to be continuing my story times. I have a lot of story times, a lot of experiences that I've never ever shared with anyone, not even my mother. Like, I have a lot of story time, guys. I've been that quiet person. I keep saying, like, keep going back to that, but I don't think you guys understand just how much, like, super quiet I am. Like, I'll go through stuff, shut my mouth, go through it, deal with it, move on. Nobody knows anything. And I'll have my random moments where I just have like outbursts because I just have too much in my mind, and just like, don't play with me, because you don't know if you're the one that dropping the last pin on the haystack. So yeah, so that's that with that. I am now a travel agent. Please feel free to follow my business page on Facebook, on Instagram at All Things Travel by Tushana. I can book your next trip. I can get you super low prices. So if you are planning a trip in the near future, be free to hit me up on Instagram, Tushana, Tushana, 2 underscores, or email me at allthingstushana@gmail.com. Okay, now that's out of the way. All right, so in today's video, I have a story time. This story time is about my experience with a pedophile teacher. I'm just going to say it plain and straight. That's what it was. Back then in Jamaica, like older men preying on younger girls is somewhat normalized, or not normalized, but people are like desensitized to those kind of stuff. So it's not like really something that people, I guess if you tell an adult, they'll deal with it, but like the men for the most part, I don't think they really view it as like, I'm really doing something that I shouldn't be doing. So anyways, that's that. Okay, so, and I've had several of these kind of situations happen to me. I did share one with the guy that was trying to recruit me for modeling, or recruit us, my friend and I, for modeling, and pretty much almost took us away. If you want to go to that story time, you can go. It's not the best video quality because this was my first video, but yeah, you can go watch that. Anyway, so this teacher, I was in my last year of high school. I was in my last year of high school. He was a new teacher. I remember when he started the school, I went to an all-girls school, by the way. And so whenever there is a male energy or a new male teachers, like, the girls would be a little bit excited because it's like, we tired of seeing like girls only. So it wasn't anything like super serious, like, oh, I really like him or anything, but girls would be like excited for like the male energy and all that, because we're spending like 8 hours for the day, like just seeing females. So girls would be like excited. So I remember when in September, like, they introduced the new teachers in the, what's that called, the auditorium, was that the gym? We had devotion in the gym, and I remember they called them up. It was like 2 male teachers and all the rest were female teachers. They both were good looking males, so they both got like a lot of applause from the students, like, yay, male teacher, blah blah. So he got like a louder applause from the girls, because they're like, oh, he's super cute, blah blah. So I think he was like feeling himself even from that moment. Like, he was like feeling himself, and I guess he already knew he looked good. So like, he had that alpha male energy about him. So he ended up being my form teacher, and I remember I was excited too, not going to lie. Like I said, everybody's just excited to like have male energy. So I remember being excited, but then after a couple days I realized like he is that kind of guy. Like, he's glad for the attention and stuff like that. And I don't like anything that's like too common, or men that feel themselves too much. I don't like men that like feel themselves, not like we're going to be dating or anything, but like as a person. I'm not going to be into you if I feel like you're in too much into yourself, or like you feel like people yeah, I just don't like it. So I started avoiding him, like pretty much avoiding him, because it was like, whatever, you feel yourself, and I'm not that girl. So he was my form teacher, and form teachers you meet with in the mornings and in the evenings, every evening. So in the mornings I would be outside. I would go outside with my friend and just catch up on like what happened yesterday and stuff like that. So every morning I would be like, catch you later. Bye. And I think with that, I feel like when persons realize that you're not like into them, I feel like that makes them want to like figure you out, or why aren't you one of the only persons that really don't care about me? Like, how dare you not care about me? So he now started like asking me questions all the time. And I remember like even after school, he would say like, Tushana, I need to speak to you after class. And like every day, every week, like, Tushana, I need to speak to you after class. And he would say to me like, oh, you know, you'll have a lot of potential. You have a lot of potential, and you're a very smart girl, and you have a lot of potential. I didn't really take it as anything, because I've always been like a student that had good grades, and like I've always been like on top of my class and stuff like that. Not that I didn't have any bad grades, because if I don't like PE, home economics, I'm not doing it. So those kind of brought my average down. But for the most part, if I liked a subject, I'm going to be getting good grades. Like good grades was never a problem for me. So he would always come to me and be like, Tushana, you have a lot of potential, stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, can't be every week. No, you're telling me like I have potential. What do you really want? I never said it to him, but it was just like, okay. So my friends picked up on it and was like, you know, that sir have something with Tushana, or he has a crush or something, because every evening he wants to talk to Tushana. So they started teasing me about it and was like, oh yeah, Tushana, and sir like Tushana, blah blah blah. So I was like, stop it, because the only thing he's saying to me is I have potential and blah blah. And like one of the times I remember he asked me about like my skin. He was like, I had a scar on my skin, and he was like, where you get that scar from, or whatever, and he was asking me about it. Still never take it as anything, because it's just like, I had female teachers who were like interested in me too. Like they would talk to me about like my grades and stuff like that, and like, you have a lot of potential. So it wasn't really saying anything to me that was new. But the fact that they never ever like wanted to speak to me after class or like after school or anything like that. So that was kind of weird. He was always licking his lip. He was notorious for licking his lips. He would always be like in the classroom all the time. Just by me saying that, like if somebody from my high school is watching, they would know who I'm talking, because he was notorious for licking his lip. He was very seductive, very much just like into himself and all of that. So I wasn't paying him any mind, like I said, and that went on. I went on for months and months and months. He always wanted to talk to me after class and whatever. Never really went anywhere. I think he was trying to feel me out. But I'm the type of person, like, I'm just like, answer the questions that you're being asked and move along. I'm not going to be like, well, what do you really want? Is there an underlying intention here? I'm not that girl. If you want to talk to me about something, you have to be straight up, because I'm not going to be like reading between the lines or anything like that. So it never really got anywhere with me, and I think his intuition kind of like let him know, like, if she's not really saying anything or giving you any hints, you need to not say anything to her at this time. Because I'm also not into, like, let me say, I didn't take it as seriously either. Like older men like seeking, praying after younger girls, I didn't really take it as seriously, because Jamaican culture is like highly sexualized, so certain things are really just desensitized to. But now as an adult, most of the things that I'm going to be talking about is now that I'm looking back and being the age that I'm at now, and it's just like, that was wrong. That was wrong, and you're a creepazoid, you know? So yeah, So we left school now, we left high school, and my friend that I was really close with went to a school that you go to when you don't get all of your subjects and you retake whatever subject you didn't get. So he happened to be teaching at that school and she saw him. So he was like, yeah, where is Tushana? And do you have Tushana's number? I need Tushana's number. So she ended up giving him my number, and I guess in that she ended up having his number. So he started texting me and was like trying to catch up and stuff like that, asking me how I was. I was like, everything is good, blah blah, I'm good, blah blah. So after talking for a while, he ended up saying to me, you know that I really liked you when you were going to high school. And I was like, yeah. My friend in particular used to like tease me about it and like used to say it, but I never really took it seriously. So he was like, didn't you pick up on it when I used to ask you to meet after school every day? So I was like, no, I wasn't really taking it seriously. My friends used to say it, but I wasn't really taking it seriously because for one, he had a girlfriend that used to come to school every single day to come look for him. So, and she was very pretty. She was a very pretty girl, and I didn't think he would cheat on her for one, and then I didn't think he would ever cheat on her with a student. And I also never thought that I thought he had some type of integrity or morals and he wouldn't like cheat with a student or even be with a student. So I wasn't taking it seriously, and I said that to him. And then while I was in such disbelief, and I ended up saying it to the friend that used to tease me about it, I was like, did you really know that that was the case? And she was like, I told you, and whatever. So she ended up asking him about it. She ended up going back to him because I think she asked me for his number and I gave it to her, or she had him on Facebook and ended up with his number, and she asked him like, oh, you did really like Tushana or whatever. So right off the bat now, he ended up coming back to me and said like, did you say that to somebody else? And I was like, no. I said no, I didn't say it to anybody else. And then I started like viewing the friend, like, why would you go back to him? But anyways, that happened, and even though that happened, he started texting my friend now that was really close friends with me, not the girl that I said it to, but my friend that gave him my number. He started texting her, and they were having big people relations and doing stuff that big people do. You know what I'm talking? I'm not trying to get demonetized. Okay, so they started having big people relations and all of that. So like I said, I'm very much like think things through. I made a lot of mistakes in my life, but it's like I'm always very like think things through and all of that. So like he used to text me, and I guess I was taking too long to like respond or like do anything with him. So he started texting my friend, and they started having big people relations and whatever. So one day he was supposed to meet up with her, and she happened to be coming by my house that day. So she said to him like, I'm coming by Tushana's house and whatever. And then he was like, okay, why not both of you come? And she said it to me, and I ended up going with her to wherever she was going to meet him. Back then, PP clock, if she there's somewhere, I'm somewhere, wherever we're going with each other. So now she and I went to meet him, and they were originally supposed to be meeting. They're already together and doing big people stuff. Mind you, he has his girlfriend still, the same girlfriend. And I remember when we got in the car, he sent her to the front. His friend was driving, and he said he was going to go to the passenger seat with me. And he started kissing my neck. Right off the bat, homeboy just started push up himself and start kiss up my neck. And I started going like this. So I started going like this because I was very uncomfortable. For one, I never expect this, and two, you're doing big people stuff with my friend already, and sir, like literally, sir, we not even supposed to, you know. So I started feeling very uncomfortable, and I remember he kind of like stopped and whatever. So at the moment I got back to my house with her, I was like, so what are you doing? What are you doing? Because for one, I used to say to her, like, what is his plans even? Because he has a girlfriend, he's legally not able to, like, because I'm very wifey mentality, like, are you going to propose? Are you going to get married? I got married the first time when I was 20, and it was just like, are you going to propose? Like, what are you doing? Because you can't just have me on the side. Like, if you're even gonna have me and have other women, like, I feel like I should be in the top position. Not that it's okay, and I've always left whenever I've gotten cheated on, eventually, even if I don't leave right away, because I'm not about a cheater. But if you're going to have another woman, I feel like I should be the main one. So it never sit right with me for him to have like his girlfriend and want to like have sex with my friend on the side. So I was like, what is he doing? Does he have a plan? Is he going to get married to you? Like, what is he saying? Like, eventually he's going to leave her? Like, what is he saying? And she was like, he's not really saying anything like that. We're just like doing it and whatever. And I'm like, that don't really make any sense to me, but do you think whatever? And even with him kissing me on my neck, I was like, can you not see that this man is like just wanting us for JJ? Like, he just wants, I don't know if he wanted both of us at that time together, whatever. I don't know what he wanted, but can you not see? And I said, you probably need to ask him like what he really has going on. And she eventually went to him to like have a conversation, I guess. And I think he pretty much started telling her no, like, do you tell Tushana everything? And she was like, yeah, she tells me everything, I tell her everything. And he was like, well, you probably need to not tell her everything because yeah, she's probably not a good friend. So all of a sudden, I'm not a good friend and she shouldn't be talking to me about anything. So right off the bat, no, that made our situation like uncomfortable, awkward, because she now starts internalizing that. He started telling her, no, I don't have any potential again. No, I am not a person with any potential, and can she not see that I'm going to bring her down, blah 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 and whatever. So I'm like, she coming back to me with this, and I'm just like, so you sat there and listened to him say all of this and you didn't say anything? And so I started looking at her differently, because I'm like, first of all, he's making it seem like I think he even went to say like, she needs you for stuff and whatever. And I was like, but that's not how it works. You're the one that comes to me for stuff. If I'm the one that always have money, I'm the one that always have clothes that you need to come to me for. So it's just like, do you let him understand the dynamics of our friendship? I didn't say that to her. I think about it and I was like, but that's literally the opposite of what he's saying. So even then, are you saying, like, are you backing me when he's saying all of that? No, she's literally quiet, because I guess she wants somebody to build her up. And I don't know, weird. But I started looking at her differently for that. And the other thing is, whenever some people come to me, because I feel like once person see a friendship and it's like strong, they always try to like come in between it. So people always try to come to me with stuff about her too. But the moment you say anything about my friend that I don't like, I'm shutting it down. You're not even going to get the first 3 words out. I'm shutting it down. You can't tell me nothing about my friend and my friend. So I'm gonna have to see for myself, and that's just how I am. And I started looking at her differently from that, because it's just like, why do you even have him saying stuff? I know you like him and everything, but like, why? And yeah, since then it was just like weird. And so he started telling her like, you should probably not tell her, because Tushana is the one that's going to say like, well, what is your plan and whatever. And Tushana is going to start questioning stuff and whatever. Let me just cheat on my girlfriend with you, and let me just do what I'm doing and call it that. And we can just do that and move on. We don't have to have no long conversation about it. And that's what he wanted. And so he didn't want somebody around that was going to question stuff. So he started trying to put a wedge between us, and it worked because she was weaker minded than I was. Not even like being shady, but that's literally what it was, because nobody can tell me nothing about my friend. Okay, so after that, he and her continued doing whatever. We continued being friends, but like I said, it was very strained and weird and whatever, and he was always around. And so yeah, that continued. Long story short, he ended up marrying the girl that was his high school sweetheart, that used to come to school and like talk and say hi to everybody. And then after that, my friend that was another close friend of mine, we were having a conversation one day, and she was like telling me something, and she was like, oh, a certain teacher was like having sexual relations with one of her friends at school while we were going to school. And I was like, what teacher is that? And she was like, well, he was also your form teacher. And I was like, you lying. And then she said it to me, and I was like, yeah. So this man was just like a predator, and God knows how many students he did that with, because a lot of the students had a crush on him. And it wasn't just my friend that he ended up doing with, he was actually doing it with another student while she was in high school. And so yeah, that's the end of the story time, and that's my story with a predator that I had, pedophile high school teacher that I had. And yeah, if you guys like the story time, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I said like already. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.